Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Pat Jones Show. I'm Robbie Robertson, along with Oklahoma State head football coach Pat Jones. After 2 weeks on the road, the Cowboys returned home this past weekend. It was homecoming in Stillwater as Oklahoma State took on the Missouri Tigers, and it was a great day for everybody. Oklahoma State won their homecoming game 48-28, and Pat, you had some great performances both offensively and defensively, didn't you?
Robbie, we've continued to get better at some things. I thought we competed hard. I thought we were the toughest team on the field. We did play a lot of guys. We're getting some things ironed out at quarterback, hopefully, against what I thought was a very potent Missouri offensive unit. Yeah, we bent some, but we never really did break and forced some turnovers. I thought it was obviously a very, very good win.
Oklahoma State has won 7 straight homecoming games. We've got a lot to show you, so you stay with us. The Pat Jones Show will return. Homecoming is always a special occasion in Stillwater, and skydivers brought the game ball in, Coach, and I don't mean to be laughing, but that was no easy task.
Well, yeah, we're trying to figure out what the wind's doing, and then here came the guys with the ball or whatever, and skydivers, one of them like to crashed into the band or something. But actually, Robbie, we could not figure out the wind. It was jumping around pretty good. We won the toss, so just elected to defer the decision to the second half, simply because we really couldn't get a handle on what the wind was doing. We go ahead and kick the ball into the end zone. Missouri, I don't think you can see, we did not see the start of this play right here. They opened with a couple of unusual shifts and formations that we had not seen out of them, and they did get us confused a little bit. And I think it took us about most of this drive to kind of get settled down. You can see there we run a little blitz and hit them for a no gainer, but they showed us about 2 things that we simply hadn't seen out of them, which was smart on their part, and they got it done. And there's Bruton, the big tight end. He's a good football player. But they take this thing and pretty much methodically go down the field and hammer away. A good play here by Werner. Good play by Richie Ainsley. I think Richie really played well. All right, here's Kiefer going back to pass, and little short stuff again to Bruton, but we're standing over there trying to get it all worked out during the course of action, which is not real easy. But again, they've got a good offensive football team. Got a good football team, offensive group. Here it again, throw it back out to the tight end. They were picking us away from a little bit different type of formation. Now they hit this counter play, and we've got a blitz on, and Werner misses the tackle. We were in some man coverage, and I couldn't really tell what happened there. Yeah, his whistle had blown. So now they come out and run a draw right here. That's the one I think we had a blitz on again. They hit it, and they had taken the ball and methodically marched it down the field on us, and not really methodically, just kind of slashed down there. It's Missouri 7, Oklahoma State nothing. Now we got to get the fellas back over on the sideline, try to get these shifts and formations worked out a little bit. They're squibbing the ball into the wind. Jay Fleshman feels it, and I think makes a nice, tough run, good effort run back up, and we've got pretty good field position.
At your own 47.
Run a sweep, throw us for a loss here. Again, Missouri does not have great team speed. Now, they were doing some things defensively that we had not seen them do, trying to take away the sprint game, the sprint out stuff. If Gerald could have seen him made a little bit of a cut behind that block, he might have run a long way right there. They force us to punt. Bang, we get it off. Blanchard did a great job of kicking throughout the course of the afternoon. Fair catch at the 15-yard line, but now we need to do something here defensively, which we do. They will come back, run the same play they'd run before. Chris Calhoun made a nice move there, stopped for short gain, run inside. A good play by Eric Garman. We stop them on this series. Okay, they come out and run a little sprint pass out of one of those unusual formations, come out a yard short. Defense stops them, force the punt, kicks the ball down to Clark. We get it caught, get a little bit of a return right here. Now we've got the ball with pretty good field. We had good field position most of the afternoon. Kenny keeps it on an option, jumps outside. He ended up with, I believe, Robbie, correct me if I'm wrong, about 96 yards in rushing and 112 passing. When you've got a guy that is a combination of both, it certainly does open up some avenues. And Here's our man Cecil Wilson, which we'll talk about throughout the course of the afternoon. And here we're running him on short yardage here. This was a good drive. Again, I think we needed to answer what they were doing. We did feel that we could assault them on some things. I think as the ball game wore on, both the offensive lines, I think, kept on coming at him. Gerald, I thought, ran with probably as much authority as he has in his career at Oklahoma State. And again, Cecil's always going to do things with authority. Through this, and Scott Copeland had a chance to make a catch and didn't. Now Kenny comes back in and overthrows Mayfield here. But and Ford makes some nice throws. This is a nice one right here. Good job, Kenny. Great job, Robert Kirksey. Kirksey continues to play well. Second real good performance in a couple of weeks. A good effort run here by Gerald. So we're hammering away, mixing the run, mixing the pass. Run up inside here, nothing. Get stopped. They got some big, strong people in their defensive interior. Now, they don't have as much team speed as some other folks. Tried to run play action here. Kenny tried to rifle the ball down in there. Thought maybe he could have run. We send the field goal unit in. Blanchard comes in, kicks it through. We trail 7-3, but we have moved the ball fairly consistently. And if nothing else, it was something important too. We kept the ball away from their offensive unit, got a field goal, kick it deep into the end zone. And here comes Missouri's offensive unit again. Kiefer comes back and throws. I thought we're getting a little bit better in our underneath coverage. Now they're still going to hit some stuff on us, but most of it a lot of it was up in front of us. A good play Woolridge, good play Satterwhite. Went back and played Satterwhite at tackle and Eric Garman at nose guard. Again, here's number 7, Richie Ainsley. Okay, good job, Richie. That's a way to get over in front of him.
Joe King.
Yeah, we had a little corner stunt on, and Joe King ran in there. They did pick up the first down, but we're gaining some momentum ourselves. You can see this stuff. Richie Ainsley, we'll see a repeat of it here. Run a little blitz with Ainsley. There's number 7. You can see him up inside. He's going to hit the gap pretty good. Here comes the nose guard around behind him. This is a great job of Richie staying with it. You can see him hit Kiefer's arm, and the ball goes ricocheting in. This was an incomplete pass. I think they made a good call here. 3-man rush. Okay, there you go. Gilden bats the ball down.
This is a great effort by Jason.
Well, Gilden has got enough athletic ability that he is going to be around the ball and he can jump up and bat things. That guy's blocking him is, I think, 6'8" and 310 pounds. That's a good job, Jason Gilden. Again, that's hard stuff to coach. You just got to have a good enough football player to do it. With Jason, here comes the corner blitz again. That boy, Joe King. If you can see some of this stuff, you can see where there's a stunt coming. Satterwhite looping around, Gilden inside. Here comes the corner. Bang. Incomplete pass, but I thought we did a pretty good job throughout the course of the afternoon of mixing things up, which means somebody that throws the ball this well, you've got to do it to keep them off rhythm. Even though they hit some things on us, they were under their average. They've been averaging over 300 yards a game passing, and they've played Colorado and Nebraska. Here's a good attaboy, Gerald. That's a way to cut and slash. I thought, of course, with this style of offense, it is a physical type of offense. I mean, I don't want us necessarily to be a finesse football team. I want to be a physical football team. The assistant coaches want us to be a physical type football team. And I think we did that. And this is what you talk about, a physical football play right there. He just splatters the free safety. Again, that Cecil Wilson just runs over a guy. Kenny drops step, picks it up, comes out here. Good job, Mark Walker. That's the way to get up the field, get the first down. Good run. We had hammered and preached away all week that, hey, let's don't be ducking out of bounds. Let's make it a physical football game. Again, don't be a finesse player. Be a physical type guy. Good job again by Kenny picking up the snap. We dropped it. We had that happen once or twice. Good job, Walker. We're moving the ball. We got it on their side of midfield. Doing some pretty good things. Okay, they bat the ball. Kenny made a great play here, Robbie. I thought to keep one of their linemen from just catching the ball in the air. And again, that's just awareness and alertness and wanting to do it. Sprint pass. Good job, Brent Parker. Good job of Kenny Ford. I think for the people that did see the ball game, and Ford has got a pretty good arm. He can throw better doing this sort of stuff. Even him moving to his left for a right-handed guy. Throws a nice ball. Parker gets it caught. And again, we're mixing things around, moving it down the field. Hudson almost came out of this. If you can hit some of this stuff against a blitz, and they were blitzing us from the outside. Here they come again. All right, quarterback draw. There you go, Kenny. That's a way to run. Tuck that ball up. Okay, 21 hit him pretty good, and he held on to it. Now we're down to the 1-yard line. You can see it again. Kenny's getting better at this, even as opposed last week, because there's a different defensive unit, obviously, we're seeing here with Missouri as opposed to Nebraska, but of letting things open up and running it. and he got belted pretty good, but that's all right too. That's what this game's all about. So now we're down to the 1 yard line, fixing to go ahead in the game.
We'll have second quarter highlights right after this. We start the second quarter. Oklahoma State's got the ball first and goal at the Missouri 1. And Pat, you mixed the pass and run pretty well in this drive.
Well, I think we did throughout the course of the afternoon. We're getting a little bit better feel of Kenny, and Kenny's getting a little bit better feel of running and passing. Good job, Gerald Hudson. Repeat here. Toss around, turn around, pitch it on the sweep. The power set. We get a pretty good surge up front. Cecil's going to rip somebody, and Hudson makes a good, strong run into the end zone. And we retake the lead. Take the lead in the ball game. Blanchard comes in, extra points good. Oklahoma State has now gotten ahead 10-7 with Missouri, but we're hammering away. And I think as the course of the ball game wore on, I think it told on Missouri's defensive unit. Again, just the hitting part of this ball game. Okay, this was really a great throw and catch here. We had it pretty well covered. But again, that's one of the things they do best. Okay, little play action by Kiefer, goes down the middle. They threw the flag, but I thought this was a good ball. That was an uncatchable. There was some contact that had occurred, but uncatchable ball. We had him covered down the field, and Kiefer threw the ball to the tight end. Now, you can see we're getting him off rhythm as far as throwing the ball down the field quite a bit. And sure, they're hitting some, but it's not like they're just getting 20-yard completions every time. Counterplay and make some yards. So they've got some running game here. Kiefer goes back, and we had a different type of coverage on right there, and somebody let somebody get inside of him. Boom, there goes the linebacker on a blitz here. Okay, hold on, George Bright. But there's reasons why they're the sixth leading passing team in the country. Come on, man, get off blocks here. We kind of got in behind and made a couple of poor decisions as far as running around some blocks right there. Didn't tackle well. Michael Jones is a 220-pound guy, or 225-pounder. Now Missouri has taken the lead, 14-10. Kickoff, we're going to see what we do with it. He kicked it through the end zone. Again, the wind was gusting throughout the afternoon. Here's Gerald Hudson right here on there's a straight handoff. Kenny did a good job, Robbie. I thought there's Cecil Wilson right there. There's always good blocks with Cecil of hitting the automatics or audibilizing away from where they were most of the time. Straight give to the fullback on short yardage, and we pick up the first down here. They're going to jump off sides, but there's a good block. There's a good block, and Kenny gets outside. You can see there, I mean, he's spinning and twisting and fighting for extra yards. Made a first down. Cecil Wilson again, good, strong. Watch this guy's effort. We say this every week, but there's a lot of things to be learned by watching this guy operate. I'll guarantee you. You can isolate on him, and from an effort standpoint and again, toughness standpoint, there he was. He just stiffed the linebacker right there, and Hudson makes a nice move. We still got the first unit in, the offensive lineman there. Again, sprint pass. Kenny comes out, throws, nice catch by Robert Kirksey. Again, Kirksey played really well. He tends to do that against Missouri. A lot of these guys on this Missouri football team was Roberts from St. Louis that he played against in high school, knows a lot of these guys. This is a nice move right here. Kenny came off the first receiver. There's Robert Kirksey again. This is kind of a Robert Kirksey show here on this one drive. That's a good job.
Well, this is a good pass too, though, Coach. This is a pretty tight spiral.
Well, he can throw a tight spiral where they had the initial guys covered, and Kenny didn't panic. Robert's coming loose back across the field, and you bet that's a very good throw, and they had people around him. Good job of holding on to the football, and Robert actually had gotten a concussion in midweek in practice, and we had to hold him out a little bit, but he came back in. Good job, Cecil Wilson. That's another one of those deals where you move the pile for about 5 yards. Here he comes again. Vernon Brown on the sweep. Gets down near the goal line. So we're hammering away. Okay, here's the option. Kenny ducks up inside. Good, strong run. You can see those linemen fighting and scratching inside pretty well. Cecil rips another one. Watch Kenny. And it's a good, strong run. Put your shoulders down and bull into the end zone. That's a good job, Kenny Ford. Ford's getting better at this stuff. And some of these things really, really impress us as far as the capabilities you've got offensively between the throwing game and the handoffs and the option game. Okay, now Blanchard, we were into the wind. I mean, we were going to try to squib the ball deep. I think we did a pretty good job of it. Our kickoff coverage, there's, Fugit right there. Okay, good job, Scott Harmon. You can see little Fugit. He's kind of one of the most popular guys in our squad because the little guy works real hard. He's a pretty tough guy. We had him covering kicks and did some pretty nice things. You see Scott Harmon get down there, number 36, on that kick return. They run a draw. Not much play action here. But this is this the interception
yes,
here?
Sir.
Oh, this is a great play. Great play by Mike Clark.
Perfect coverage.
Oh, yeah, he had him covered. And that was a very athletic-looking move. He had to go up in the air and twist, get the ball caught. Clark had 2 interceptions that were really pretty plays. That one there. Okay, here we go. First down, sprint out pass. Kenny flipped the ball out here, and here's Mr. Effort again, spinning and keeping his legs churning. And you can see that we got the other offensive line. No, we still got the first unit of the ball game. Okay, good job, Kenny Ford, of pitching it. Good job of Gerald Hudson ricocheting up through there, and again throwing your body at him. That's why I say just don't be a finesse guy. When you get in traffic, don't fall down. That's right. Spin, twist, fight, keep your feet moving. That's the way to do it, Gerald. And Hudson ended up. Hudson went over 1,000 yards. I think over 1,100 yards. Yeah, 1,100 something for the season. Okay, Kenny goes back. They had some contact here, but it was the same. See, he calls it and then they wave it off because they ruled it uncatchable, which was a little bit debatable. Okay, swings out here to Hudson. Couldn't get the lineman quite out in front of him, but we made a pretty good little play on a flare screen. Ford comes back, overthrows Mayfield. Curtis's hamstring is still bothering him some, but it is getting better. Blanchard comes in, again, punts the ball high, punts it down the field. Okay, they catch it. I think their average start of possession, Robbie, was about the 19 or 20-yard line. We kept them bottled up, and obviously very important against anybody, certainly somebody that's explosive as these people are. All right, draw play. We got 2 guys knocked down. Calhoun got cut, and Gilden got cut, and they bounce it outside and make some yards. But if you give them enough snaps, you got a chance of something bad happening to them, just like that right there. Good job, fellas. Again, we had a little blitz on here. Garman, Ainsley, some people around there. Come on, men, let's rush that pass to George. Get off of him. Again, pretty good coverage. Now, if anytime the quarterback's going to stand back there and pat the ball, you've got people down the field in pretty good position. Now, he comes back, and oh, what a great break this was. I saw this coming. It happened right in line with me, and you can see us jumping in and out of the line of scrimmage, faking blitzes, and that in combination with the blitzes, and I think it made them to misread a coverage. The receiver didn't adjust the route the way the quarterback thought he would. Clark saw it. I thought I could tell that Mike could see it coming. Okay, here's a sweep again. Attaboy Gerald Hudson. Good job, Cecil. And we got the second group in, the offensive lineman. Okay, run Hudson up inside. Not much, but we're coming off the ball pretty good. There's another freshman, Derek Jones. Only dropped this snap now. You do a little bit better job of that. Get up first down here. Around, run the sweep. Okay, that's a way to be a physical. Hudson's so doggone strong. He needs to do this all the time. I mean, this is good here. Kenny Ford again, quarterback draw. You can see him picking these spots. Tuck that ball away, Kenny, and run. Okay, there you go. Going to see it coming up again, as opposed to last week. See, he's hanging back a little bit, letting things develop. All you got to do is just kind of steer somebody some way. Now, you get a guy like this into the open field, and he can make you miss him, just like he did that guy right there. Get that football tucked away and hold on to it. It's a way to hustle. You see those offensive liners, Mike Butler jumping over the pile. Good effort there. Okay, Kenny comes back. Okay, good shot, good throw. Attaboy Robert Kirksey. It's a pretty good-looking offense right here. I mean, we're doing some pretty good things. You get the second offensive line in the ball game. Kenny comes out, sets his feet, throws. Good job. They had people close to Kirksey. Robert ran through one arm tackle. He's getting on down the field. Way to take care of that ball, Robert. Again, good ball game. I like to see Robert play well every week, particularly against some of the fellas from around. This is a little screen. This was a call pass here. Good job, Brent Park. This is one right late in the half, isn't it, Robert?
Right.
Yeah,
sure
and we can't see the clock here, but we did a pretty good job of maneuvering down the field. I think there's about, 10 seconds or 19 seconds or something like that left in the half. So again, Oklahoma State goes ahead 24-14 late in the half, and now we've got a lead and we're playing pretty good.
We'll be back with halftime right after this. Oklahoma State out in front of Missouri 24-14 at halftime. And Pat, you had the ball about 7.5 minutes longer than Missouri in the first half. That had to be part of the game plan.
Well, Robbie, yes, we thought it would be important for us, if we could, to hold the ball and keep the ball away from their offensive unit. And I think we did have it 8 minutes more, or 7-something more longer than they did in the first half. We're going to get this long drive going to start the second half off. So big factor. Just keep it out of the hands of that dangerous offensive unit.
Felt like Kenny Ford was feeling more comfortable all the time running that offense.
Oh, you bet. Kenny's getting more comfortable about things. Right when you don't turn the ball over, we had no turnovers in the ball game. Now you sustain your momentum. It's not like driving down the field and now you lose one, you have a big dip in emotion. We just continued the emotion and continued to build, and we'll see the effect of the second half.
Okay, the second half is just as exciting as the first half, so you stay with us. The Pat Jones Show will continue right after this. Oklahoma State won the coin toss at the beginning of the game, deferred to the second half. So, Pat, you go on offense and you go right out and start eating up that clock.
Well, we got the ball and the wind. The wind did die down some in the second half. And yes, we've got the ball and we've got some momentum coming out of that good drive to start the second half. We opened the second half, Robbie, with power I and one split end. And not anything dramatically different, although this is almost eye bone or wishbone type stuff here. Good job on the option to gets it pitched to Vernon Brown. Vernon, that's the only thing. Scott Webb, I think, hustled down there and got that ball covered. They knocked it away from Vernon Brown. But this stuff here is, again, fairly methodical, but it is physical, and you got some deception about it. Okay, there you go, Gerald Hudson. That's a way to run through things right here. Same play coming up again. When you run enough of this type of stuff and you start pulling it on the option every now and then, people are going to start running to the outside. You've got to defend more than just a simple blast play, because those backs are going to go flashing across your vision. Now you start breaking things, right? Turn and pitch it to him on the sweep. Hudson gets him circled. You can make a good positive yard. I think we kept this ball, Robbie, over 8 minutes.
That's right.
Here's the option. Get it pitched again. And Jerry, you can see Gerald is really running with some authority. I think throughout the course of the ball game, this was maybe his best performance since he's been here. Again, ran hard. There's the option again. Kenny kept it on the outside. Some of this, we're really not reading. Most of this stuff's predetermined. Okay, give it to Gerald, and that's a way to keep your shoulder pads going forward. If you can hammer away enough. This is a nice catch here by Scott Copeland. Good throw, good catch. Cope, that's a way to dive and catch a ball. Third down play, kept the drive going. Ford coming out on the sprint pass. You can see they're defending some things on the outside, but now he makes you miss, and you get outside of him. When you can sprint on the perimeter, now you're going to force the people to do some things outside. See, there's 88. All right, there's a safety on the outside. Okay, that's a way to stay with him. Gerald, yes, sir. That's a way to stay with him, Gerald Hudson. And now Kenny Ford makes a guy miss, which he has got enough ability to. And he didn't run out of bounds. He got his shoulder pads down and banged around. That's good. Get his helmet straight. Get back in the huddle. That's all right. That's fine.
That's football,
That's
right?
football. That's real football. Okay, here he comes now. Gives the ball off the tailback. Got hit in the mouth, but that's all right too. That's real football on that side of it. Kenny goes back, quarterback draw, and he gets hit in the head. But again, that's okay. We come in, kicked a field goal. Sure, you'd love to have scored a touch, but again, kept the ball over 8 minutes. Go down. Now we're ahead 27-14. And we have kept their offensive unit off the field. We have sustained our momentum. Now we kick the ball off with the wind, kick it out of the end zone. Now Missouri's going to start rocking and firing pretty much every down. Okay, but you can see they dropped this one. We've got them covered down the field. Okay, he comes back. All right, they got us cut down. Now he throws this one and overthrew it. Boy, I thought if we could have stopped on this third down play right here, we had a chance really to blow the game open. Okay, he fires, nice throw, nice catch. Come on, man, let's get him bottled up. Okay, George Bright. Okay, that's the way to get down the field. They converted some third downs in this phase here. Throw the little check through or underneath stuff. Good job, Richie Ainsley. Alan Ainsley really played a good ball game. Again, he's got a dislocated thumb and got his other hand banged up in practice. I think we had a blitz on right here. This was the only, what I thought was a real big play that we allowed. This wasn't real sporty here. If you let him go down and made it take a long time to score, but you can see we're still slashing around there pretty good. David Brooks. Okay, they come and run a little play action. Woolridge grabbed a hold of the guy. That's okay, and they happen to see it, but down in there, you basically just not going to cover people. You might grab a hold of them every now and then, but they got first and goal with the one. That's not good odds, but they run the ball in and score. But this is kind of typical Oklahoma State and Missouri stuff here. Now it's 27-21, very, very much a ball game. All right, they come in, kick the ball to us. You can see the winds die because they're able to kick the ball going the other way in the end zone. So the wind is not as much of a factor. Okay, pitch sweep to Gerald. Now you want to answer the bell right here.
Right.
They drive down and score, and now we turn around and pitch it to Gerald, and that's a way to keep your feet and keep on running. Now this is the difference right here. Let's don't jump out of bounds. Let's keep our feet churning and keep on hammering. That's a good job, fellas. Okay, good blocking. We've got things sealed off pretty good.
This
good
is a
cut.
68-yard run by Gerald.
Well, this is probably our longest run from scrimmage of the season, but this guy's capable of doing it. You ought to do this kind of stuff every week. Come
well,
on.
we've talked so many times about he's just been an ankle tackle away from breaking things.
Stuff like that, and that's the way to put your shoulder down and bull over somebody. Good job, Gerald Hudson. Proud of the way.
Let's just cap this thing off.
Yeah, then here he goes right here. Watch this. Now, you talk about great effort. That's the way to keep your feet churning. Again, we hammered away. There's the lineman getting excited, and rightfully so. Okay, Cecil Wilson, there he goes. He's going to run through this guy right here. You better do more than just try to dive at this fella. 47's got a hold of him. He just keeps his feet churning and gets in there. And one of the reasons I made the remarks about Cecil that I did is we're going for two here. Ran a little play with motion. Thought maybe Kenny could have run it in. And he tried to rifle that ball. We almost had it caught. But when you make those kind of runs right there, inspire the crowd. They inspire the bench area. They inspire the rest of the people that are on the field. They inspire the coaches. I mean, and obviously it's on the same hand. It's going to have an adverse effect on the people on the other sideline. I mean, you start doing that enough, and you're going to obviously gain momentum. Okay, he goes back and throws. Oh, mercy goodness, Charles, if we catch that ball. We catch that ball. I think we can ice this thing. Okay, he's coming back. Oh, mercy. We got people around him right there. He caught it out of bounds.
Correct.
And it told on Kiefer, I think. And we didn't sack him a heck of a lot in this second half, but he's holding the ball, and now unloads it, and the guy made a nice catch. But we hammered around on him. We had some people close. Satterwhite giving great effort. Okay, you can see the Kiefer, the quarterback. He's standing back in there pretty good. He's got quite a bit of moxie about him. He's a pretty tough operator. Run the draw play. Not much here. Calhoun, Satterwhite. Satterwhite got his finger dislocated at some point. I can't remember whether it's already happened or not. Stacy being Stacy, there you go, Satterwhite. They came back over. It took about two guys to pull it back into place, and what didn't sound like the prettiest thing going on. I mean, but Satterwhite, he's put some tape on it, and once they got it replaced, and Satterwhite goes back in. Okay, we've got a blitz on here. Stay with him, men. Okay, he comes and throws this one, but okay, we're hustling around pretty good. I think we're doing battle with them pretty good. Draw play, get off a block, men. Tackle better. Okay, there's Joe King right there. Again with the Missouri back. Okay, keeper's going back and throws, hit the little slant. They do a good job of throwing and catching this route here. And those guys are good receivers. Fullback play, nothing. Okay, there you go. So now Oklahoma State 33, Missouri 21, but Missouri's driving.
We got 15 minutes to go. We'll be back with a fourth quarter right after this. Cowboys are up by 12 as we start the fourth quarter, but Missouri's got it 2nd and 10 from your 21, Coach.
Well, they converted some long yardage in here that you talk about standing over there sweating bullets. I mean, I obviously was. Okay, Kiefer. Okay. Oh, Richie almost had this one. Good effort. That's the way to dive around. See, we're faking blitzes and had a little blitz from the outside here, and they try to run it. Make nothing. There's David Brooks.
It's a fourth down play.
This is a fourth down play. He does it. Oh, we had man-to-man coverage on underneath, and the guy shook Joe King, and Werner made a pretty good play, but we're doing battle with him pretty good. Hang on, Satterwhite. That's the way to take a shot at him, Fleshman. But again, from a competitive standpoint, okay, had a corner blitz on again. Joe King ran into him, but I think we're zinging around pretty good. Okay, here comes the pass rush on. Kiefer goes back, can't find anybody open. Oh, stay with him. Our pass rush got tangled up in the inside. This is really good effort on Kiefer. This is fourth down play, wasn't it?
No, this was 3rd and goal.
Okay, that was 3rd. Okay.
Now it's 4th and goal.
Now it's okay, and I thought maybe Mike could do something here, but they dove into the end zone. So Missouri's answered. It's still very, very much a ball game. Come in and kick it through. We've got to do something here. We need to make something happen. It didn't come real easy for them on that drive, but they are still very, very much into the football game. All right, kick it short. Clark's got a chance to return it. Okay, that's a way to run hard, Mike, and a way to take care of the football. So now we need to go ahead and let's see if we can make a first down. Sprint keeper. Okay, good. Okay, come on, Gerald. We don't make much there. What they're doing is forcing them to play some games on the outside that are a little bit different for them. We're going to run a sweep. Not much here. We're running hard. Got the second group of offensive linemen in the ball game again. All right, Kenny comes back, sets. Okay, I thought, we got lucky right there. That was the only errant toss I thought that he made. Okay, Blanchard, this is a big call right here. Yeah, they got a block on and rough the kicker. Blanchard did a great job of hanging in there and getting the ball away. But this, I thought it was a good call. Here they come in and see this, they did. Okay, they call it, first down. We've got the ball. A little bit, I won't say a sigh of relief here, but I feel quite a bit better, at least with us, with the ball in our hand. Run an option play, make a little bit. Kenny threw that ball in behind Mayfield somewhat. Okay, he goes back, sets his feet. Okay, they caught it, but it's out of bounds. Yes, it was. They're all arguing and everything, but yes, sir, it was all out of bounds. But at least now we're going to kick them back down to the other end of the field. Great punt.
This is a great punt.
Great punt, Kerry Blanchard. Okay, they catch the ball. Our coverage, okay, here's a Joe King right there. Good play, Werner. We got him now. We're inside the 10-yard line. Okay, he goes back to throw. Throw dumps this to outside. Good tackle, Joe King. I thought our momentum defensively. Here again, we got a blitz. They try to run the play, make nothing. Gilden made a nice play from the backside. I really did. I thought we sustained our emotion defensively pretty good. Got a little stun in here. Okay, here it is. Big play in the ball game. Repeat coming up. Richie Ainsley, nice play. You got to understand, I mean, the guy's got a dislocated thumb and a badly bruised hand, and he's out there hammering away. Come on, Eric, stay with him, Garmin 59. Kiefer throws. Somebody batted that ball. Satterwhite might have gotten a piece of it. Richie had the thing played. Nice interception. If you start them backed up enough and they throw it enough, things like that can tend to happen. Okay, run the sweep to Gerald. Not much yardage here. But again, the crowd's really into the ball game. Run a sweep the other way. Kenny hit a check to this. That's the way to run, Gerald Hudson. That's the way to run hard. Missouri's still fighting. Okay, they jump off sides. We run the option. Kenny keeps it. Okay, that's what. Get up the field. Okay, there you go. He's trying to score. He's trying to score. Now we got the ball down in here. Okay, they belt Gerald right at the goal line. We try to go up over the top, and they knock him back, and Hudson almost recoiled and came in and scored. Okay, here's a sweep right here. Get in there, Gerald. There you go. There you go, Gerald Hudson. It's a way to get your pads down and run. Okay, here we go. I thought we had a pretty good surge. There's a good job by Vernon Brown kicking the defensive back out. Now Gerald Hudson's into the end zone. I won't say we've got a comfortable lead, but it's a heck of a lot better. Now this 2-point play. We failed at the other one, so now we come back, and now this is a good strong run. Now it's 41-28, and we've got a little bit of breathing room. They've got to try to throw it ever down.
Got about 6 minutes left in the ball game.
6 minutes left in the ball game. Deep squib. He comes back up. Okay, somebody, bang, challenges that wedge pretty good, and there's Scott Harmon showing up from the backside. Good play, Harmon. He made a couple of nice tackles on the kick return. Okay, throw it out here. And now they virtually got to throw it all the time. Coming back here, see, we've got people around him. Stay with him, fellas. There you go. Pass rush is taking its toll a little bit. There's Joe King again. Okay, here we go again. George Bright, Satterwhite. That's the way Stacy. You see Satterwhite hit him right when he was throwing the ball. Okay, we get it back. They had to punt, so we come back. Now we've got the first offensive line and a few other fellas in the ball game. Give it off to Cecil. Don't make anything. I don't think we make a first down here, do we? We're eating quite a bit of the clock up. Kenny Ford on a sprint keeper. Nothing here. Missouri's obviously gambling. They're stopping the clock. We come in and punt, get it off right there. There you go. And another great high kick. We got this call. They said we were within the 2-yard barrier, but that's a little bit questionable. It's a 5-yard call. I don't think it's much of a factor here. So I thought we kind of tipped that ball. You're seeing they're having to throw the short stuff. Okay, there he throws down the middle, and this ball's batted, and they caught it. I thought Woolridge from 47 had a chance to intercept it when it happened. Okay, come on, men. Come on, pass rushers. That's the way to fight and scratch Satterwhite. Good play, Richie Ainsley. This stuff here is probably not at this point in the ball game they can do enough to get you beat just throwing it underneath. Keep him in bounds. Good job. Good tackle, Harmon. Good job, Richie Ainsley. Ainsley probably played his best ball game. Okay, they do try to run a draw, make some yards. We don't have a prevent on. We went with 3-man rush that time. Okay, here's a 4-man rush. He threw the ball down, stopped the clock. If they go down and hit one, an onside kick, it's kind of one of those deals. Okay, we've got him covered down the field. Okay, he just has to fire back across, and Bruton dropped the ball. Some of that's going to happen too. Kiefer goes back, throws. Okay, this is a good tackle here by Charles Verner. That's a way to keep him back in there. Now they got to go for it on 4th down.
4th and 3.
4th and 3. Kiefer goes back. Okay, and they tried to run a little short pass, and we hit him. Watch this now. Okay, this is not this play. Okay, good run, Gerald Hudson. If you're really a quality tailback, and at this stage of the ball game, you're going to be running harder than there. This thing I was so proud of Gerald for doing, and he's going to break this one right here. Here we go. Now come on and take it the distance. Let's don't get over there and fall out. Let's run. Let's get down the sideline and run. There you go. Get it in the end zone, Gerald. That's what it's all about right here. Good run. That's what real tailbacks do. When it gets late in the ball game, you're going to run harder than the people that are trying to tackle you. He made a nice cut, runs through an arm tackle right here. Get in there and let's go. There you go. This looks like a real running back now here, right here. Let's outrun somebody. You know, he's got a chance at you. Let's go ahead and outrun number 24 here, Gerald, and stay in bounds. Get it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. And now, we had the ball game won, but again, emotionally, this is good. It's good for Gerald. There's Mick Cornett back in there grinning. Can you see that? Yeah, he had a big smile on his. Mick always, he always grins. Yeah, okay, kick it through, 48-28. Okay, now in ball games, it's over with at this point. Again, deep squib. They mishandle it down the field. Okay, there you go. Finally pick it up. That's why you try to squib kick. That's the way to take a shot at a guy. Fugit. Come on, Terry Henley. Good job, Mike Clark, getting down in there. Roddy Wortham's down around with true freshmen we're playing here. Okay, now we're backed off. They've got their other people in the ball game. Somebody, Satterwhite or Garment or Gilden or one of those guys bats that ball down. Again, going with three-man rush. This is one of their second-year freshman quarterbacks, I think. Okay, it is batted down, but consistently, we didn't lay on blocks. I mean, we were rolling a lot of pass rush guys around, and they're getting excited, which is a way to do it, man. Good job, pass rushers. That boy, Gilden and Satterwhite. Here we go, and Jim Garner, yeah, he's happy just like I am. 48-28, Oklahoma State wins. Good win.
Pretty day in Stillwater. We'll be back right after this. Oklahoma State beat Missouri 48-28. Let's take a look at the final statistics from the ball game. The Cowboys rushed for 409 yards, end up with 521 yards total offense, and look at the time of possession there.
You do that kind of stuff, yeah, Robbie, you're going to win the ball game. No turnovers, well played.
Absolutely.
Do that much offensively, don't have any turnovers, you're going to win.
Okay. There were so many big plays in the game, but it really was not too difficult to find our play of the week this week. The honor goes to Cecil Wilson for his 12-yard touchdown run.
Well, again, the things that you can see, and then we probably had flashier plays during the course of the ball game, but again, from an inspirational standpoint, from a momentum standpoint, just doing the things that you ought to do to get you to this point. And this guy does this every day of his life, and it shows up on Saturday. There you go. Everybody's in the ball game. Cecil Wilson, play of the day. Great player. Great player.
Well, I think, and he does that. Tom Dorado even mentioned on the broadcast that he does that not only on Saturday but every day of the week.
That's why, as a coach, you really respect this sort of thing. He puts in a hard day's work and a long day's work. Every day he goes out on the practice field. He does it in the classroom. He does it in the weight room. He does it in his personal life. Can't say enough good things about this guy.
Okay, a truly outstanding play from an outstanding individual. The Pat Jones Show will continue right after this. Being a student athlete in this day and age is a pretty tough task. The athlete has to give so much of his time to his sport, yet still find time to study. Oklahoma State University has made a commitment to the student athlete by putting in place a support system. We went to Ron Brown, coordinator of academic athletic services, to find out more. Just as an athlete needs to practice his or her particular sport to get better, a student needs to be properly trained to get better in the classroom. Last spring, Oklahoma State University invested $104,000 in an academic skills development lab. 24 computer terminals provide the student athlete with a training system designed to help develop the discipline needed to handle college coursework.
They had the programs. There were several different reading programs out there where you'd sit down with a book and you'd read a book and then you'd answer questions in a little workbook. But I think anymore with technology the way that it is, most of the students are going to have to get involved in computer technology, if nothing else but keyboard entry. And it appeals to them. So we looked at the system, we tested it, gave it a test run, and was real pleased, satisfied with the results that we got. So we went with it.
Ron Brown has a staff of 3 full-time persons and 7 graduate assistants to deal with more than 320 athletes. Even though the system is used primarily by athletes at the moment, eventually the lab will be available to the entire OSU student body. The athletes have taken to it like a game-winning touchdown.
I think the thing that really makes a difference in their minds is that they can physically see the improvements that are being made. They start the program at a certain stage, at a certain level, and they go from there. The machine scores it, tells them where they had problems. They can go back, review. They go back into it now and improve on those skills, and they see it on a daily basis as they work through it.
Right now, the lab focuses on reading comprehension, but the lab can be expanded to assist with grammar skills, speed reading, vocabulary, and math. It is a unique system designed to help unique individuals become a productive part of society.
When they go out on the practice field, they practice their offense, they practice their defense, they go in and lift weights, they do the training portion of it. Here in this lab, they go in and practice those same skills that they'll be using when they prepare their lessons and reading text materials, and they practice for success. And success in the classroom, success on the athletic field, they both go hand in hand. And if you're doing the things that you need to do to prepare yourself, I think it makes a difference in terms of your performance.
Robbie, I don't claim to know much about computers, but there have been some pretty dramatic results that have come out of this type of stuff here. And with the time demands that are placed on an athlete at this level, obviously anything you can do, or as much as you can do to help them, is now what you need to do. This stuff is state of the art. And again, I don't claim to be an expert on the ins and outs of the actual computer. This thing can be expanded almost limitlessly, and Ron and his people are doing a good job with this stuff. I think our guys gives them the feeling, like Ron said, that now I can see what I'm getting done on the spot. Pretty interesting stuff, and we're real proud of it.
And the Oklahoma State Cowboys will be home again this coming weekend to take on the Kansas Jayhawks. We'll talk about the Jayhawkers when the Pat Jones Show continues. Oklahoma State, a 48-28 winner over Missouri this past weekend. Let's take a look and see who else won in the Big 8 this past weekend.
Actually, Robbie, Iowa State, if I'm not mistaken, was ahead early in this ball game. Nebraska ends up hammering them pretty good. I thought OU would win it at Boulder. I saw a little bit of it before we played our ball game. They made a couple of nice drives and got some guys hurt in Colorado, came on and won. And then Kansas beat Kansas State in the Sunflower Classic up there. And this is a big win for Kansas, because we've got the Jayhawks coming in here. I don't know the exact numbers on this thing, Robbie, but it's been years since Kansas has beaten Oklahoma State. That's one of these deals that I know has haunted them a little bit, and our guys take quite a bit of pride in. They'll come down here all gunned up. Sure, beating Kansas State, what we're talking about as far as a long time since Kansas has won this ball game, give them all the incentive in the world. And Glenn Mason's doing pretty good things with that program up there. They played OU pretty good earlier in the year. They played a tough schedule. They played what is now #1 Virginia in the opener. They played at Miami. They're getting better at some things. I think this will be a heck of a challenge for our group down here. It's the last home game that we've got this season. Last time that people will be able to see a Cecil Wilson or a Kerry Blanchard, guys that have meant a lot to this program over the years. And I'd like to think we'd have a good crowd, and if we can somehow win this ball game, I think, again, we've still got quite a bit of football left on the road. For all those reasons, this is really a big one for us.
Well, I think in the locker room, the players were talking about this was just what the doctor ordered, needed this victory and take a little momentum into this Kansas
Well, I guarantee you, if we'll go into this Kansas ball game and not turn the ball over and play as physically as we did yesterday, we'll certainly have a chance to win. We'll have a chance to win more than just that one next week. But again, we'll have to prepare. We'll have to play well and do all the things you can. And let's hopefully, again, let's get a lot of people out there and give these guys the right send-off at home.
All right, I like that. Oklahoma State at home against Kansas. We're out of time. For Pat Jones and Oklahoma State University, I'm Robbie Robertson. Goodbye, everybody. The Pat Jones Show.